I'm here with the Goat House. We're going to be doing another 2022 NFL mock draft, giving our opinions. This is the important part. This isn't necessarily predictive, but what we would do. So it's going to be fun. Let them know where they could find you. I'm sure they already know.
Yeah. Appreciate you for having me again. This should be fun. First, what we would do mock for me, at least for the off season. So I'm excited. It's definitely different. We were already talking beforehand. What am I going to do with one here? But the Goat House on YouTube, Goat House NFL on Twitter. That's where you can find us. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, what rock have you been living under? All right, so you're going to start us off with the first pick, my friend.
All right.
Godspeed.
Jacksonville Jaguars. What I would do. I haven't even thought about the what I would do draft yet, but so this is interesting. I'm gonna go with my number one player in the draft. I'm gonna go Kayvon Thibodeau, which might be a little bit of an uncommon take. I know some people have him at the top, but I'm a big fan of Thibodeau. Kind of been for a while. I mean, years ago I think everyone kind of figured this is gonna be the top guy in that 2022 NFL draft, and I think we're kind of forgetting a little bit. I think we're kind of letting the recency stuff, Hutchinson monster year. And then Trayvon Walker, maybe with his freaky workout and the traits that are kind of eye-popping. I think we're forgetting about Thibodeau a little bit. I think he fits opposite of Josh Allen. And I'm a huge get-off guy. If the pass rushers got the get-off, the elite get-off, I'll be high on them. I love the get-off from Thibodeau. And I feel like he always shows up kind of in the impact moments. Like he shows up at the right time. So I'm going Thibodeau. Don't see that too often, though.
Yeah, you don't. Detroit Lions. So I guess it's hard not to go with Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, the production's there. You're getting a high floor type of guy. So
seems like a Dan Campbell kind of guy, too.
It does. It really does. You keep the, I guess for all intents and purposes, the hometown boy.
Yeah.
Don't want to get too creative with this pick. He's the top guy, so not much to talk about.
Makes sense. All right. Tough decision with the Houston Texans for me at 3, between Trayvon Walker, who I'm a fan of, and Evan Neal. I don't know about you, what your mock drafts, but my mocks, I haven't given a tackle to the Texans in a bit, but I've noticed their fans get a little upset if I give them a guy like Evan Neal.
They believe in Titus Howard.
Yeah, which he did look pretty solid at the end of the year. Small sample size. So I'm curious to see what the Texans' actual thoughts are. Do they think they need a tackle? Yeah. Evan Neal would be an upgrade, but they may be looking for more of the interior type players. They need pass rush pretty bad. I'm gonna go Trayvon Walker. The Texans, it makes more sense to me because the Texans can't go wrong either one, but the Texans they're still early on in that rebuild stage process. Walker's that ultimate upside type player, so it'd work out. They'd take a chance on a guy like that might take a little bit of, I still think he'd be an impact right away just because he's versatile, can move around a bit, but it makes sense with the rebuild of the Houston Texans. So we're going Trayvon Walker.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, because I love giving them Evan Neal. And I just hear it nonstop in the comment section. I was like, guys.
They don't want to tackle. It sounds like they'd be okay with a Kemekwane because they know he might be even better guard. But are you really that happy with taking a guard at 3?
Exactly.
I mean, he'd be really good, but it's tough.
Yeah. All right. The New York Jets. For me, it comes down to how much faith they have in Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
So if he comes back next year, because Saleh, he's a guy that's like, hey man, you got to come here, fight for your spot. He came back, I heard, from injury, at least a little out of shape, overweight. Injuries could be a concern with a man that size down the road, so maybe they try to move on from George Fant. He's got 1 year left on the contract, so it's tough for me not to go Evan Neal. Sauce Gardner's also a thought. But I think I'm gonna stick with Devin Lloyd. He's the next guy on my board. So, all right, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Let's see. I got the Giants. Oh, this is tough too. I think the obvious pick would be Ekemekwana.
Yeah.
Does he fit that Brian Daboll type offense at tackle? I could see them using him at guard, liking him there more. Do you take a guard at 5? I don't see. I guess why not? It's a little early. I do like Ahmad Gardner for them. The pass rush starting to come off the board. So
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
did.
I'm gonna go with Ikem Ekwonu still though. Could help him at tackle or guard. But I would, if they picked him 5, I would think they were going to go with him at tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about uh what was it like edge at the Jets pick 2 just cuz like, it was flying off the board, but I was like, man, I
Yeah,
feel like I'm really really reaching at that point.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Panthers, this is a tough one. I feel like whatever pick this is, Matt Rule loses his job.
Fair take.
It doesn't really matter which is which. So like, do you go for the tackle? How much faith do they have in Brady Christensen? I think he might not be bad if they move him inside. So there's Cross, there's Hamilton, there's Saw. I mean, I don't know. Sauce feels like a bit of a luxury. I mean, I don't mind just continuing to add to your secondary, but that just feels a bit overkill. Because they brought in C.J. Henderson as well, so it's like, uh man, I don't think I'm gonna go quarterback here.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. Yeah, just bet on next year. Sure, they'll be in the top 10 again.
Yeah.
Ah,
I like their defense, though. I do like the Panthers' defense. They did lose
you
Reddick.
too. Yeah,
It kind of be a wild card pick, go pass rusher, because they lost Reddick, but you don't see that often.
yeah, and it's not like they have picks on day 2, you know.
It's true.
So I mean, yeah, this is prime trade down, but we're not doing that. I think I'm gonna go with a wild card pick. Just to add a little flavor, and let's say that they do move on from Robbie Anderson, maybe, perhaps, after the whole Baker slander.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Don't see that often, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that at all. But to be
Yeah.
fair, everyone and their mom thinks this is a quarterback, which is
Yeah.
fair.
I'm leaning offensive line recently because I think they cleared all that cap space they did it for something. Like,
Yeah.
and what could it be at this point? Because you don't just, borrow future money to not use it. So I think they're planning on either Baker or Garoppolo. Could be wrong, but Baker or Garoppolo after the draft. But
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
it
think.
could
We
be
won't know
it could
till
be quarterback
after.
though, because maybe that's why they're waiting. Because if they have their choice from any quarterback, maybe which is in this case they would, maybe they do it. So it's very interesting to see. But
It's gonna be wild.
I got the Giants again. We went with the Kemikwanu last time. Considered a couple other guys last time as well. Oh, we could go a number of routes. Could double up and go Charles Cross and then put Ikwanu at guard.
Yeah.
This would be interesting. Kyle Hamilton, Ahmad Gardner, Devin Lloyd. I like around this range, even though it's not mocked often. I don't know if I think I got to go with. This is tough. I think I'm going to go with the DBs, Ahmad Gardner or Kyle Hamilton. That's kind of where I'm leaning there. I'm going to go Ahmad Gardner, just knowing who the defensive coordinator is, Don Martindale. He really values the corners in his defense, but probably the most important position in that defense. You got to make sure you get a solid man coverage guy to pair with Adoree Jackson. They still have James Bradbury, but I don't think they're going to have him for too much longer. Might trade him, or if they do keep him, it's only going to be for one more year. So wouldn't mind the Hamilton pick either.
Yeah, I don't really think you go either wrong with either or. Falcons, this would be receiver, right? This you would think.
You would think.
But man, I know that they brought in Casey Hayward, but I think I might go with Derek Stingley. I'm thinking about it. Because like if I go a receiver, I'm probably going Jameson Williams or Drake London. How do I feel about maybe they could maybe in the second round try to address that? But I like the idea of rolling the dice on a Derek Stingley. Just because man, the Falcons have been so piss poor at pass rush, but also in terms of coverage outside of AJ
AJ
Terrell.
Terrell, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna grab Stanley. I'm gonna roll the dice.
All
Hopefully
right.
that Liz Frank thing ain't all that bad.
Um, Seahawks next. Yeah, Seahawks. Hmm. I think I know where I'm going. Yeah, desperate for a tackle here. Cross is still on the board. Go Cross. The only thing I don't love about that, it's kind of a better pass protector, obviously, than a run
Yeah.
blocker. And it's the Seahawks might be running the ball a bit, but that's this year. You can't just pick a guy just because of this year. You got to think about the future here. And
Yeah.
obviously, you're going to have to become a pass first team once you, in this era, once you get the right quarterback. So we'll take Cross for the future there.
Oh yeah. I mean, currently what they have nothing. They haven't brought back Brown or Shell, I think. So
Yeah.
they need somebody playing tackle.
Yeah.
All right, Jets. I love going Wilson here. Obviously not on the board. But I think Jameson Williams is a solid option. Get that speed on the outside or even in the slot. I know they got Elijah Moore too, but I think he's also a guy that could play outside. So having that bit of versatility, and I mean, man, Zach Wilson throws a pretty deep ball. So yeah, it's all about just getting help for Zach Wilson.
Yep. All right. Jameson off the board. Let's see. We got the Commanders next. Solid receiver still there.
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd's there, and we got to go Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Too good to pass. Pair him with Cameron Curl. I like it. Kyle Hamilton for the Commanders. It's an easy one.
Oh yeah, real good player. Oh, let's see. Minnesota Vikings. Let's see. There's Trent McDuffie. That would, I guess, be maybe the next top guy. I mean, they brought in Zadarius, and they have Daniil Hunter. So, like Jermaine Johnson, I don't really think is a thought here. I guess the only other player I probably would consider is Drake London and Jordan Davis. But I mean, that secondary needs. The secondary is just poor.
Yep.
At least the corner position. They got Patrick Peterson back, but I mean, how long does he have left in him? It's just too hard to pass up this point. So I'm gonna go with Trent McDuffie. I think he's pretty good scheme fit too. He's very versatile in what he can offer you.
All right. Texans. Texans, would they take with the third pick?
Walker.
That was me too. Yeah, and Walker. All right. Might just be a best available type situation here. I'm gonna go with it's tempted with some of these receivers, but I'm a huge Devin Lloyd fan. Love him in coverage. Get after the quarterback as well at a high level. I'm gonna go Devin Lloyd, pairing him with Trayvon Walker, kind of get unique with that, moving those guys around. Devin Lloyd.
Oh yeah, he's got a good blitz and upside, like good length. Yeah. Like he's just solid. I feel like it opens up, allows you to just kind of let Patrick Queen kind of like freelance a little bit. All right. Oh, did I say Patrick Queen? Oh my gosh, that's because I'm picking for the Ravens.
You're for the Ravens, yeah. That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, hey, Houston, they don't have anyone at linebacker anyway, really. So
they could use about everything.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm going Jermaine Johnson for the Baltimore Ravens. They failed to bring back Zadarius, so just grabbing someone outside of Owe, and I really feel like Jermaine Johnson's pretty pro ready. He doesn't have the upside, obviously, of the first three guys that went off the board, but the dude's pretty darn solid. I can't.
All right, Eagles. Let's see. Ooh, this is tough. Thinking receiver, Olave, London. I have Olave ranked ahead of London, but I could like London better as a fit. Mm, Devontae Smith and Olave can fit. Smith at X, Olave at Z. I also like. I'm a fan of these corners still, even though they're not mocked up here. I like Andrew Booth, Kyrie Elam, Kyler Gordon. They're maybe a little early, but not too far off of being worthy of this pick. Jordan Davis is still there. Maybe not a giant need, but a giant human being that's worthy of the pick.
It's a
I'm
big
gonna,
unicorn.
yeah, I'm gonna go Chris Olave. Actually, I'm gonna go, yeah. Just get better at receiver. Add him with Devontae Smith,
Snag him
and it
before
feels like the
Saints.
Eagles are. It feels like the Eagles are gearing up to because they added picks for next year, and could they potentially know that they need to make a move up for a guy? Way too early to know this, but it's a guy like C.J. Stroud with Olave, that'd be something, but maybe a long shot to think that'll happen at this point.
All right. So I got the Saints here. I would have loved Olave, much like when I was Baltimore. I would have loved Devin Lloyd. That's actually a good one of my favorite like fits because Baltimore could really go anywhere.
Yeah.
But the Saints, you got to think obviously left tackle, receiver. I mean, I don't really think Drake London's the guy they need per se because it kind of got a possession type in Michael Thomas. This is tough. I might just have to go Jordan Davis. Just go with the best player available. Add some depth on the interior, and yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Jordan Davis for the Saints. All right. Chargers at 17. This almost feels like a trade back spot because I don't really love what's on the board here.
Yeah,
I know some people say Penning for the Chargers. I don't know. It's a pass first team. If it was a run first team, yeah. I'm not a huge Penning guy. Yeah, this really feels like a trade back spot here. Yeah, this is tough. Could use another receiver. I don't know about London. Feels like it's Mike Williams, another X receiver there. Leaning towards Devontae Wyatt. I wouldn't be pretty early, but I wouldn't mind Sky Moore for them either.
He would definitely be fun, man.
Yeah. I'm going to go Devontae Wyatt, help that run defense a little more. I know they added some guys in the interior D-line. Not sure things there. I think they got better. They got better there, but not sure things on the interior D-line. Obviously, Khalil Mack's sure thing if he's on the field. That's off the edge. But, yeah, we'll go Wyatt here. That really felt like a trade back spot situation there, though.
That's how I feel currently with this Eagles pick. Not really sure of a few ways to go here. First thing that comes to mind is secondary. Like Tyrann Mathieu has still not decided where he's going, correct?
Right, yeah.
Thank you, Honey Badger. So I guess you could say you got Andrew Booth in play here. You have Lewis Seen or Daxton Hill, whichever of those safeties you kind of prefer there. But that feels too early. I don't think those guys are top 20. Though a lot of people really love Daxton Hill. They're not wrong. The dude can fly. But corner's just way more important spot. Booth is a good scheme fit for Gannon's defense. Yeah, like honestly, if you didn't take Wyatt, he probably would have been my pick. Karlaftis, but I mean, they brought back so many edge talent this past year. They brought back Barnett, extended Sweat. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Andrew Booth. Just address the perimeter.
All right. Andrew Booth off the board. Who do we got next? We got the Saints at pick 19. Had him go with Jordan Davis last time. All right.
Got that big behemoth.
Yeah. Let's see. Is this the team that takes the quarterback? Like some other talent left there. It's
really hard to pinpoint what they want to do. Acquiring those picks, it's like I don't think they're going to move up to make a play on quarterback. The Saints they're always feel like, oh, we think we could win now. So I think this move was like just to like capitalize maybe on tackle, receiver, or any other position they really wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Drake London here. For some reason, I don't see that often, but because Michael Thomas is somewhat of a big body guy, London big body, but Thomas plays in the slot a bit. Keep London outside.
Yeah. London
got your receiver
slot too. He was slot 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they still got some speed there in Callaway. They brought back Traquan. So Steelers. I guess this might be where the first quarterback comes off the board.
Has to be.
Yeah, because outside of that, I would I'm also would consider Trevor Pennon. I'm not a huge Dan Moore guy, and I mean, man, Pennon. It looks like they've been trying to get at least more athletic based on how they drafted last year on the line.
Yeah, just going kind of power running scheme there with Najee.
Yeah, so that's not a bad option, but I mean, man, Mike Tomlin, he was talking to Willis's parents.
Had dinner with Ritter.
Oh, did he? Oh, dang it, dude. I know they typically do heavy, like, they look heavily into the quarterback class the last few years, but, man, in this year where it's just going to fall, you could basically get your pick, and, I mean, you could essentially sit Malik Willis, guy with just huge upside. You can even say the same thing with Ritter. Oh, just doesn't have, like, the same type of rushing upside Willis does. Yeah, I think I'll go Willis. You could sit him behind Mitch Trubisky for a year, maybe even a year and a half. You got Trubisky there for 2 years, so.
All right. Willis to the Steelers. Then we got the Patriots next. Pretty good options for the Patriots. A couple of receivers, Sky Moore, Traylon Burks. I like Zion Johnson for them a lot. They do. They need a corner. Will they value? Well, I guess it's not predict a pick, but would they finally value a corner highly? They need a linebacker pretty bad. Quay Walker's actually growing on me from Georgia. I think he actually might be the best Georgia linebacker. Dean probably better day one, but I'm gonna go Zion Johnson though. Arguably the best interior player in the draft, in my opinion. I think he's a really good fit. There, I like that he's versatile enough to play center or tackle if you need him to as well, which we saw the Patriots had some injuries at those spots. So, but a day one starting guard for the Patriots there. Yeah,
they like those versatile guys. Waynu was playing multiple spots last couple of seasons. So, Packers. I could go Traylon Burks. I could. But
your dog made an appearance.
Yeah, Gojo, he loves it, dude. He's a Chiefs fan. He's a resident Chiefs fan, big bandwagoner. Yeah, sometimes he'll like sit in the curtains. He'll just like peek out during videos. He's ridiculous, man.
Well, we're gonna allow the bandwagon jumping because he's a good boy.
Yeah, he is. He's a purebred good boy. Oh man. I mean, Pennon. It's interesting. I think just with Burks, I really think he's gonna have to start off in the slot. Like, I don't doubt that he's like like obviously he's big bodied, but I really think he's gonna just doesn't have that large route tree. Some stuff is gonna have to be schemed for him.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I feel a bit better at maybe 28 going with a receiver, and even rolling the dice and seeing if Burks makes it back to me. But if that is the case, then I suppose
quarterback could go quarterback.
I do like Sam Howell.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, offensive line's not a bad option here. Like typically, I like going Zion here, and that was taken away from me. Like Pennon could be a guy you start guard early if you want to keep Jenkins at right tackle. Um, David, I'm not gonna butcher your last name. You deserve more respect than that. He was coming off injury last year. I mean, it gives you a chance to develop. But I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, are you really trying to develop? Or are you just trying to win now?
eh.
And wow, man. I mean, I guess Karlaftis would be kind of interesting. He's a bit versatile. I think he's gonna play bigger than what he like. I think his playing weight was typically about 270, 275, and just kind
Yeah.
of shaved down for his pro day.
Reminds me of Rashawn Gary a little bit. Like he was kind of a bigger body guy, but he was athletic. So he kind of figured he'd be going to play a 4-3 end role, but the Packers take him and he ended up working out. But yeah, Karlaftis is pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, they like that with Za'Darius. Occasionally, he would put his hand in the ground and come off as a pass
Yeah.
rusher. I think I might go with that. I think he's just, and it's not like he's this older prospect that hit his ceiling. He's 21. He's explosive, good pop.
Yeah, he's been growing. He's been growing on me lately.
Yeah, he's one of the much. I think he's very similar to like Brent McDuffie in terms of people look at what more so what they can't do. Like, oh, McDuffie's not long enough. Then they look at Karlaftis. He's not bendy enough. It's like, okay.
All right, Cardinals. Mm, tough call here. Let's see. Mm, might be thinking receiver actually.
Yeah, I mean they brought
Receiver.
back AJ Green, but I mean,
Yeah, they did. Rondale Moore should be taking over Christian Kirk's spot. I do think
yeah,
they could get better there. Um, Kenyon Green's there. Yeah, I might go. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Kenyon Green there. Um, Start at guard, but I did recently watch some of him playing tackle, and he's pretty solid tackle too. So um, that's
yeah,
always good to have that. Cardinals had some injuries in the O line last year, so we'll go Kenyon Green.
yeah. I do like me Kenyon Green. Yeah, I think he started the year off at right tackle, and then
Yeah,
they decided to move him back inside, and like it was weird, man. They had there were some games where he was starting or playing three different positions, and I
yeah.
think it really kind of hurt him this year. I guess with this pick, the Cowboys, I'm not gonna go receiver. I think they believe in their guys behind Gallup and CD. Like Burks would be interesting, just kind of a different body than what they currently have, but I think the offensive line's more of a pressing issue, and Trevor Penning could definitely start at guard, definitely, and they got a big hole at left guard. So I think I'm gonna go with Penning here.
All right. We got Bills next.
Yes,
Bills at pick
sir.
25. Yeah, might be leaning with one of those corners. Some good receivers still left. Hmm. Oh, Andrew Booth's off the board. Is that right? Yep.
Yeah, that's
Forgot
typically
about
my
that.
chalk that one in. He always
Yeah.
ends up making it to the Bills, and it's just a good fit.
Elam, Kyler Gordon. Hmm. Like these receivers too. That's a tough one. Well, you know what? Let me get Sky Moore. I like Sky Moore with the Bills there. I know they brought in Jamison Crowder, 1 year deal. I like Moore in the slot for them. Also can play outside, obviously. Like his speed after the catchability. I think it fits the Bills there, so I think that makes him that much more dangerous in the passing game. So I'm gonna go Sky Moore.
Yeah, he is. He is fun to watch, definitely. Ooh, Tennessee Titans. Man, you just gotta make sure the offensive line is just Derrick Henry is your offense, and you got to make sure of that. It would be nice to get receiver, but you just got to know, like, what's your bread and butter? Oh, it's Derrick Henry. Let's make sure the offensive line it will help him do that. Question is like Bernhard Raimann. I just don't think is the play. That would be the next tackle I have on the board, or offensive lineman. But I think I'm gonna roll the dice on Tyler Smith. Have him play left guard early. He's got that big boy frame anyway. Big power guy. And then maybe he is an eventual replacement to Taylor Lewan. I think they're going to be playing Dylan Radins at right tackle, so I'm going to go with Tyler Smith.
All right. Yeah, I have heard that they like him as well, so I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Bucks at 27. Man, the guards are gone.
Yeah, they are.
Guards are gone. Looking at the defensive lineman as well. Ooh, maybe a little bold here. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with Logan Hall.
Oh wow, that is bold.
I think he could. I'm starting to like him a little bit more. I like that he can play. He played more interior. So I think he could fit 3-4 end for the Bucks, but I do like his potential off the edge. And I don't think he's gonna be a stand-up guy, but they lost Jason Pierre-Paul. Actually, he's still out there, but Jason Pierre-Paul, and they were starting to mix it up with him. Rushing the edge, put his hand in the dirt, using Barrett and Tryon and Pierre-Paul at the same time. So I think Logan Hall coming in, replacing Pierre-Paul, having more of that bigger body like Pierre-Paul. I think he's definitely gonna be longer, but it makes sense. To me, maybe a little bold. I've been hearing he can go late first. He's growing on me too.
Yeah,
I like his upside as a pass rusher.
Yeah, I think if you're viewing him on the interior exclusively, that's just wrong. I don't think he had he's got great length and a little bit of pop, but I don't think he has the power to maintain an anchor there, or at least consistently. So yeah, I think you got to get creative with him, and yeah, just as they use JPP, that would actually be pretty nice. So yeah, it falls in line for me. So I could take Burks here. I'm looking where do I have Treylon Burks? So I got him here. Yeah, I guess they need size. I hear that they're big on George Pickens, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Pickens is also a weird guy to project in this draft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll go with Burks. I mean, that's what I kind of thought at 22, that he might be able to make it back to me. So here he is.
There you go. All right, Chiefs. Got Jahan Dotson sitting there. We got. I don't know if I love these pass rushers for this pick. Wouldn't be bad, but there's better players. Could use an interior player as well, and I don't love that. Could use one of those corners. I really like Daxton Hill for him. I'm going to go Daxton. I just really like that fit. I keep mocking that. Yeah, really good play in the slot. Kind of replace Tyrann Mathieu. Could also play free safety if he needs to. And then blitzes very well too, which you saw the Chiefs blitz Sorensen and Mathieu quite a bit in the past. So, yeah, I just really like that fit there.
Yeah, he's got a good amount of versatility. I mean, yeah, they were playing 3 safety sets last year, so
yeah,
that actually allows Snead to kick more to the outside too. All right, so I was actually planning going corner with this pick, but I was thinking Elam. He's a guy that's really, man, not getting a lot of love at the end of the first round. I think it's just people don't like how handsy he gets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I like going defense. If Sky Moore was here, I'd be willing to take Sky Moore because I mean they got Juju for 1 year, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Sky Moore is essentially my Juju replacement, if not in year 1, year 2.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the edges here. It's
Be an okay pick, but it's not like, yeah. I mean, whoever's
yeah,
next up, do they take a chance on a Jabo, even though he probably won't play this year? But
yeah.
mm, like if he was
I
healthy, he'd definitely be worth that pick, no question.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Like I like that people are like some people are starting to include Arnold Ebiketie up in there.
yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking too. Like it would be a decent pick, in my
yeah,
opinion. Don't like love it, but don't dislike it.
yeah. I think what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna get a big boy right next to Chris Jones and Travis Jones.
All right.
Because they did just lose Reed, and I really think
Yeah.
Travis Jones just he's just a big boy. I think he's got like 13% body fat, so he's like almost all muscle. It's disgusting. So yeah, there we go. Got big on the interior.
Uh, Bengals next. Got those corners sitting there still. We got, yeah, it's pretty much corner offensive lineman here. Could go Linderbaum, could start Karras at center. Bernard Ryman is a possibility as well. I know they have Jonah Williams and they have Leo Collins. I don't know if there's nothing guaranteed long term there though. Like Jonah Williams was kind of, he's still growing, but he was not kind of hit or miss. I definitely think they believe him at left tackle. And Leo Collins, the way that contract is structured, could end up a 1 or 2 year deal. But I think Leo Collins is very solid. It's just really get hurt. So Ryman could kind of be that insurance. But do you like taking an insurance guy when you're trying to win right now? Yeah, I'm leaning one of the corners, Elam or Gordon. I think would be worth it. I like both of them for them. I think they're both kind of press zone type guys, which the Bengals do
Yeah.
quite a bit. Um, Give me Elam. You know, that length with that physicality and that speed, ability to press, pretty damn appealing. So we're gonna go Elam for the Bengals.
Yeah. I think with Gordon, it's a bit projection just because he's got a small sample size, still trying to like get into his own. But I mean, but yeah, both those guys are really good. I don't think you really could go wrong. I like the idea of going quarterback in a 5th-year option. I
Oh yeah,
understand why Lions fans don't like it, but I think honestly it's just it's a smart move, and I really, really like Sam Howell. I think he's a very underrated guy in this class. For a good reason though. I mean, it was a bit of a down year. He isn't a guy that was really taught to like go through his progressions in Mac Brown's little RPO heavy scheme. He does stare down guys occasionally, but I think the upside is there. He's got a beautiful deep arm. I just keep talking about him because I'm trying to talk myself out of it because I know Detroit fans will hate it, but
I kind of like it though. I also like Sam Howell, and yeah, I thought he took a step down, a little bit of a step down last year. Mainly because the offensive line was just brutal last year for some reason.
yeah,
And the Lions, something great about the Lions, the offensive line is pretty promising there. So
stellar.
yeah,
Yeah, and I like honestly, I don't have like Desmond Ritter and Matt Corral that far apart, like from Hal. So it's like really, man, if you're sold on one of those guys, and for me, Kenny Pickett, small hands. I'm not willing to bet on like historically he is gonna be the enigma that he's
yeah.
gonna like counterbalance. That.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't have enough upside to really roll the dice on a first round pick, in my opinion. I get why a lot of people do like Kenny Pickett though, but yeah, there we go. That's a first round mock. That's a pretty darn good looking mock. I mean,
yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah, we're going back to like what 2000 was it 2013? That was EJ Manuel, like the only quarterback in the first. Or was that 14?
At that year, yeah. Didn't the Bills trade back to take him?
Yeah, something
Which
like
I do
that.
not agree with that at all. It's basically like, yeah, he's not good enough, but we're gonna take him. Like, quarterback's got to
Yeah.
be outstanding if you're gonna draft one in the first round. I don't know.
I know you gotta be pulling like a Bears and trading up for your guy, or even at least what the Patriots did. They just sat there, and be like, "No, Mac Jones will be here. We believe."
Yeah, they seem very confident about that.
Yeah, not buying
Worked out.
into Kyle Shanahan's nonsense last year.
Yeah,
But hey, thanks for joining me. This is always a ton of fun. I always like getting
yeah.
other people's perspectives, and that's why I like steering away from predictive and actually just getting full on.
Yeah, something
opinions.
different.
Yeah, exactly. So if you would like, go ahead, have the closing words, shout yourself out, something like that. Trash talk me.
No trash talking here. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Appreciate you having me. Can't wait for this draft. I keep saying it's probably the most unpredictable draft that I can remember. So I'm excited, and we'll have you. I know you'll have them covered. I'll have them covered on the Goat House on YouTube, at Goat House NFL on Twitter. So I'm excited. So hopefully you can join us content creators for the draft.
Yeah, you're gonna be there Sunday for Walk the Mock, right? You're
that I'm picking for my Vikings for the Walk the Mock on that Saturday, or is it Sunday?
I think it's Sunday.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. Sunday mock, yeah.
Yeah, I picked
possibly
up,
could live stream that.
Picked up the Texans because I was like, man, I'm a Dolphins fan, but I ain't trying to wait till the third round.
Yeah. Last year I went with did I go with the Falcons last year? I did, and everyone was like, everyone was confused that I wasn't going with my Vikings. So this year I'm like, all right, save everyone from asking me that. So I'll go with the Vikings here, and maybe got a unique plan with them. I'm thinking maybe if I was the GM, maybe I'm kind of liking receiver with that Kevin O'Connell offense, make it even more of a or even better. About to say dominant. I had to stop myself. With Kirk Cousins, you can't use dominant, but dominant receiver unit. Well, you will say dominant receiver unit if they take one of those top tier receivers. So maybe thinking that. We'll see. Should be fun. I
love the idea of like Jameson Williams or Garrett Wilson, but like in this scenario, they weren't available at that.
Yeah,
I don't think the receivers will go that high. I think we might see like the first one off the board. I don't think there's going to be one in the maybe at 10, but not in the top 10. I think it might be like the Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, where those guys fell.
Yeah,
but or maybe the NFL's like no. It's all about the perimeter. But thanks again. It's fun as usual. There's plenty of great draft content on both channels if you want to check that out. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.